Spursy Spurs! Get in, lads. Big 3 points. Never really had a doubt throughout the games. We started, I saw the team sheet. Sorry I couldn't do a match preview, but some things came up. Saw the team sheet. I was happy with it. Still didn't know why Ndombele is not playing. Apparently he doesn't get on with Mourinho now. After hearing that everything was kosher between them. I don't know what's going on there. Didn't get on the pitch at all. Most expensive signing ever, but can't get on the pitch when we are allowed to use 5 substitutes. But I'm not going to complain. We won the game. Mourinho knows more than I do, obviously. You know, this was one of those games that I never really felt like we were going to lose it, which is odd considering we haven't won a game since, February? It's a long time to go without winning a game. But it was nice to feel like that because, there are a couple of reasons why. First reason, West Ham looked absolutely terrible. I believe they're going to get relegated, especially off the back of a performance like that. Doesn't do them any favors. They were poor from top to bottom. Only players that really stuck out for them were, I thought Bowen played a decent game, and Declan Rice is a good player, but other than that, man, you got to scrap that whole team. Feel sorry for West Ham fans because they are a decently sized club, but you know, maybe going down would be the best thing for them. This was their biggest game of the year, their cup final, and they dropped an egg. I'm not going to complain. It was nice to feel comfortable watching Spurs play for once instead of being stressed out the whole time. Even though we didn't score in the first half, I could just tell goals were coming because we were moving the ball quick. Lo Celso looked... I love Lo Celso. What a player we got there. Eriksen 2.0, I'm thinking. Yeah, just good performances all around the team today. I'm going to jump into my player ratings here. I'm going to try to make them quick. First up, Hugo Lloris, the skipper. Didn't really have anything to do, but he did command his box well on a few occasions. They were definitely trying to crowd around him, take advantage of his smaller stature for a goalkeeper, but he plays bigger than he looks. Punched the ball out from a number of corners. So I'm going to give him a 7. So let's move on to Ben Davies, left back. One of Ben Davies' best performances in a long time, I think, in a Spurs shirt. Defended well. He got up and down the field. Was good with the ball toward the end of the game. Definitely could have been a bit more accurate on his crosses in the first half because the way we play, our fullbacks are going to get a lot of opportunities to cross the ball, so they really got to make the most of them. He started to figure it out in the second half with those low cutbacks. I remember the one to, I guess it was in the first half, the one to Lucas, where he drilled it hard and low down to Lucas, who took the touch but just put it wide. So overall, a good performance for Davies. Definitely a step in the right direction for him. I'm going to give him a 7 as well, because the defense did keep their 5th clean sheet of the season. I believe we're tied for the least amount of clean sheets or something like that. We're definitely toward the bottom. But they looked a lot more defensively drilled. I'm sure Mourinho spent a lot of time on that. That's his MO, is defending, so it's good to see improvements there. We'll be a tough team to beat if he really figures that out, plus the attacking players we possess. Sanchez, really good game. You know, hardly put a foot wrong. Made a couple of big tackles. I remember him giving the ball away too much, so I'm gonna go with another 7 there for Sanchez. Move on to Dyer, who I thought had the best game in the defense. He really controlled the game from the back there. Stepped out with the ball a few times. He almost scored a worldie. Just put the ball wide when he dribbled up and took that shot from outside the box. He is capable of hitting shots like that. Unfortunately, it didn't go in that time, but It's nice to see Dyer doing that on occasion because he does have that in his locker from time to time when he's feeling confident. Also won several headers up against Antonio, and I believe in the first half, he made a crucial block, although I believe it ended up being offside, but that is Dyer's, one of his biggest strengths is that he'll throw his body in the way for the team, and you gotta love the player who does that. Today, I'm going to give him an 8. Big bounce back performance from him after the soft penalty he gave away to Pogba. Looked mentally strong and didn't make those mistakes that seemed like were becoming a pattern. He seems to have broken that pattern, and let's hope he continues on that road. Aurier, he was very good. Just deciding between a 7 or an 8 for Aurier. It's, again, our fullbacks see a lot of the ball in this system. He, much like Davies, started to figure out the right types of balls toward the end of the game. He was really linking up with Kane. There was a couple times where he got the ball and put a great cross into the box, but just no one was there to attack it. He nearly got Kane in with his brace there at the very end. I'm gonna give him an 8 because people do slack off Aurier, but when he plays well, you gotta give him his credit. He can put a good cross in, and hopefully he'll continue to improve on that aspect of the game, and he'll be a decent fullback for us if that's the case. Sissoko bossed it in the midfield again. Absolute beast of a man. So important for our team. Gonna give him, that's a terrible looking 8, but I'm gonna give him an 8 as well. There's not gonna be a lot of low ratings in this team because I don't really think anybody played too poorly. Sissoko, you know what he's gonna give you. He's gonna give you strength. He's, just easy, smart passes. For a big guy, he's got a really smart footballing brain on him when it comes to the middle third of the field. Not so much when you get into that final third. But defending and in the midfield, he's a tank. John likes to say he's a tank. That's exactly what he is. Again, I get the feeling that other teams are scared to go up against him because he's such a unit in there. And having these strong players like Sanchez, Dyer, Sissoko, that does put fear into the opponent. Makes them a little less likely to challenge for those 50-50s because they don't want to get bruised up. So it's important to have players in your team like that. On to Lo Celso. Man, Lo Celso. Unbelievable performance today. Pulling the strings. I call him Ericsson 2.0. He's not there yet, but he definitely could be. Man, he seems like he's got everything. He's dogged in the tackle. He'll put his foot in. He's got a bit of pace about him. He can beat a man. He can see a pass. Everything you'd want from a midfield box-to-box player. I hope that's what the position he grows into. Unbelievable bits of skill. I remember when he got the ball from just outside of our own box, beat 2 guys so easily, and then delivered a nice pass as well. So, come on. Gonna give him a 9. Lo Celso, almost as perfect as you can get. If he had a goal, it would have been a 10. Or an assist, so I gave him a 10. That's how good he was. Kept the ball moving fast in the midfield, side to side too, which is important. Him and Sissoko could be a very lucrative partnership for us in the future. Moving on into the hole. Dele Alli. We're such a better team with Ali in there. He's not even fully firing yet, but you can just see what he brings to the side in terms of making those runs beyond Kane, linking up things between Sonny and Lucas. The little flicks still aren't there yet, but with game time and match sharpness, those flicks will start to come off, and his confidence will grow, and he'll start to dribble people and, get a couple little half chances with a couple of volleys. Definitely a strong point of his game. Just didn't come off today, but I thought he played well. Like I said, I don't think it's any surprise that we looked a much better team when he was in there. So I'm going to give him a 7. It's nice to have him back. And I think he's only going to get better. Sonny on the left wing. Sonny's still coming back from injury. Works hard like he always does. Tracked back well. Didn't come off in the final third today for Sonny. But he did create a few chances. Put some good balls in from the corner. But yeah, just didn't quite come off for him. I'm going to give him a 6. Can't fault his work ethic ever. Sometimes can fault his decision making. Sometimes it seems like he holds on to the ball too long, but then, how can you criticize that with his production that he comes out with? So I'm not going to. Okay, sorry about that. Lost all my numbers, but I put them back. Sonny with a 6. And we'll move over here to Lucas Moura. Lucas seemed a little quiet at times. He did have that chance at the end of the first half, like I talked about. Put it wide. Again, this is his first game back. He didn't feature in the Manchester United game, so gotta cut him a little bit of slack because he doesn't have that match sharpness just quite yet. Should have done better with that chance. I'm gonna give him a 5. I'm gonna give him a 5. Just played average, nothing too great. No need to harp on him though, because we got the 3 points. And finally, Harry Kane. When I was watching the game, I was thinking to myself, toward the end there, around 80 minutes on the clock, I was thinking, why is he still on the pitch? We have one striker. We have one striker who is working back from injury, who is also, of course, taken several months off, who looked sluggish, slow, and tired just 4 days ago against Manchester United, where he played the full 90 again. So he's coming up on 2 complete games for a guy who's coming back from injury. I was thinking, why is he still in there? Surely we need to put someone else in for him. And then, of course, he scores and shut me up real quick. So, classic Harry Kane. But it's good to see him getting some chances. I noticed he was very quiet in the beginning of that game, maybe first 20 minutes, hardly had a touch. And then he picked up the ball just outside the box, with nobody closed him down. So we just had a hit right down the middle of the goalkeeper, unfortunately. But just getting that shot off seemed to give him a little boost to his confidence. And then all of a sudden, he's winning headers in the box. He's getting on half chances, little flicks. Just seemed to be moving just a half step quicker. And with that bit of confidence about him, inevitably, he gets put through by Son. And once he got put through, I knew it was, everybody, I'm sure, all Tottenham fans knew that was a goal. He doesn't miss those one-on-one chances. So calm in front of goal. Seems like he does it for fun, not for his job. And, gotta love Harry Kane. I'm gonna give him an 8. Jong said it best. Even when he's not playing particularly well or impacting the game in every facet, like we know he can, even when he's not doing that, he's pulling defenders wide with him. They're going with his runs. They're opening space behind them because they're so focused on Harry Kane. So just having that is so valuable in itself, and then let alone on top, and then put on top of that his ability to be so clinical with the ball. Just generational type talent that we have in Harry Kane. Gotta love him. So I'll give him an 8. Off the bench, real quick, let's go. Coco Lamela came in and pinched the ball off the West Ham defender, which set up our second goal, the clincher. Looks lively, always off the bench. I think that's probably going to end up being his main role, is coming off the bench. But he's good at it. He's very good at it. I'll give him a 7. And Bergwijn off the bench also looked good. Got involved in a number of counterattacks. Gonna give him a 7 as well. I'm trying to think if there... Yeah, Harry Winks did come on toward the end. Didn't really do too much. I'm not gonna give him a rating. But yeah, guys, that's my team. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Did I get any of these wrong? Let me know. Shout it out.